One thing that I'm tired of doing that I will no longer do is I will no longer beg anybody to accept me. Okay? I'm not asking anybody for equality. When I know that there's steps that I could take that could put me in position for my children, my grandchildren, and their children to have a better life. So, while everyone else wants to talk about, oh, we were set on slave ships, we were beaten, we were treated bad, we were this, we were that, you're focusing on the past, which is stopping you from focusing on what needs to be focused on right now, which is the future. And right now, as long as you, in your mind, feel as if you've been wronged, you're going to want to fight for what happened in the past. You ain't going to push for nothing for your kids, your grandkids, or their kids. And that's what needs to stop. We got to hold ourselves accountable. You know? My grandfather, my grandfather, my grandmother, like they very rarely ever talked about what they went through. Rest in peace to Chester Johnson. Rest in peace to Lucinda Stafford. I would sit and I would have conversations with them, and there are things that, you know, that we would talk about. And I remember these talks. My grandfather's been dead for over 24 years. Over 24 years, my grandfather's been dead, and I still remember the things that he used to say to me. And this is something that you need to listen to. This is something that you'll hear a lot of the older generations say. They don't talk about what they used to go through most of the time, like we do, which is crazy. We're talking about what our grandparents went through and comparing it to what we're going through. Why are you comparing? You should be taking that information, compiling it, joining with like-minded individuals, and working towards a better future. We cannot solidify a better future if we're still worried about what happened 50, 60, 100, 200 years ago. Because what that's going to do is it's going to put your mind in a retroactive state. And what I mean by putting your mind in a retroactive state, you feel entitled for what didn't happen to you personally. You feel entitled for what didn't happen to you personally. And you're looking for retribution. You're looking for someone to make you feel a little better. But at the same time, you're begging these people to make you feel better. You're looking for acceptance. Fuck being accepted. All right? My goal is to make sure my kids and their kids and their kids and their kids and their kids no longer have to deal with the shit that is going on right now or in the past. So while you sit here, you talking about the past, what are you consciously doing to make sure that this shit doesn't happen in the future? And that's why I've been saying fuck equality. I don't give a fuck about equality. You know why? Because you want equality, which is also acceptance, which is also tolerance, which means there are underlying things that sit with these things. So while you are sitting here and you're begging to be accepted, you're only being accepted on certain terms. What is that really doing? Are you actively working towards owning or having assets that can actually place your kids in a level playing field in the future? You're not. And that's what's hurting us the most. You can take this shit how you want to take it. I said what I said. And I mean that shit. From the bottom of my soul.